All right, so welcome. Here's the second part to Day in the Life of a Dispatcher, what it's like to have a dispatching gig. Hang out with me. I actually just had my axe break. I've had it forever. I actually got it from somebody for doing some woodworking for them, and this was part of the trade. And if I could just say that, I wish we could get rid of money and just go back to trade and barter. So eventually I'll make a new handle for this, but in the meantime, I have to rehone this, clean it up, and make it suitable to put back into service. So while we do that, let's talk. So let's talk about getting loads. And one of the questions that was brought up was, can it be a challenge? Is it difficult to get loads? And it can be. And here's why. And I hate to say this is the transportation sector more than anything else. If you happen to have the wrong accent, and I'm not going to tell you which ones are good and which ones aren't, but some of you already know, some of you don't. It's kind of the world we live in. I'm just going to be honest and open about it. I wished I could change it. I wished it wasn't like that, but whatever. Anyhow, depending on the accent you have, it could be a pro. It also could be a con. So that said, that's something that could inhibit your ability. If you are someone who is using like a Google, your name dispatch whatever at gmail.com, yeah, that's not going to seem legitimate. That's going to be a beige to red flag, especially with all the scamming that goes on and how easy it is to grab a new Google profile with a new Gmail address and just keep moving down the road. Versus something that you're going out of your way to pay for a domain, that means you're going to be sticking around a little bit. It means that you put some money and some skin in the game, really. So there's that. I spoke previously about kind of the day in the life and how communicating effectively and often and all of that is going to be a good way to distinguish yourself from other dispatchers. That's also going to help you going forward, going into getting loads and things like that. That's going to also change it. But then here's the carrier side of it too. What kind of carrier are you working with? Are you working with somebody who's brand new and had their authority for 2 weeks and they're looking to get as much help as they possibly can? That's going to be a challenge. They're going to basically get to work with like 2 or 3 different brokers consistently. And while we're here, let's talk about it. I'm not going to name those brokers specifically, but there are some brokers out there. And if I have to, I can mention them, but I'd rather not. Be very careful only working with one particular broker or another. It's not broker specific on this one, but think about this. Let's say you worked for me and I owe you all sorts of money, $30,000, $40,000 worth of money. Remember, I pay it out every 40 days or so, and I pay it out over time, but it's totaling up to somewhere around 30, 40 grand. And let's say you and I get in a disagreement and I think you fucked up some freight. You think you delivered it fine and you think it was the receiver that damaged it. Well, now I'm going to say, well, I owe you $40,000 more, but because I don't know about this situation, I now have to do an investigation and find out whose fault it really is. I'm not going to be paying any more of your $40,000 that I owe you. All that money basically is now in limbo. And if you happen to have a factoring company, guess what? You've got to repay that. They're going to put you on a payment plan and you're going to have to repay that money back. So that's more for the carriers, but you as a dispatcher should absolutely know that information and try to diversify your financial portfolio or your load portfolio as much as you possibly can. Certain load boards are going to be better for you than others, and we can most certainly do a video that talks about load boards. It's going to be more equipment based. For the most part, DAT is where you're going to want to research. And it's not bad for the subscription and all that, but here's the downside. You as a dispatcher cannot get a DAT account. These sunnies are pissing me off. You can't get a DAT account unless you've got an MC number. So your carrier is going to have to get you access to that. So that way, you know what, sunnies are going back on. I changed my mind. I lied. So that you can get access to it. Now, they can get you a login and do your own thing. Do they have to? No. They're not legally required to. They don't, whatever. Would it help you? Would it behoove you both? Yeah, absolutely. And just so you know, DAT charges by the seat. So that means that if they charge for, 2 people, 3 people to be in there versus sharing the login, the price is going to go up. So anyhow, different load boards, different types of equipment. I would almost make the argument like the car hauler is going to be better on truck stop than DAT. So that's another reason why it could be a challenge to get loads and try to keep these carriers moving. And part of that other comment that we posted earlier was when and how do people get paid. So I talked about what kind of money you can make. What I didn't talk about was how you get paid as a dispatcher. Man, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys can, you can kind of see it reflect in the light. First of all, this thing's old as hell. And that's sharp as hell because I can feel just the edge up against my skin. That's cool. So it's coming along. I like that. So let's say you take 10%. Let's just call it an easy number of 10% of everything that carrier does. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to bill by the week, typically. Maybe you're somebody that wants to bill every 2 weeks. I don't recommend it. I'd say every week is the industry standard. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Stick with that. Let's talk about that really quick. Why? What if you've got, I don't know, $1,500 worth of invoices that need to be paid out over the next 2 weeks, and the carrier has a maintenance issue or some type of a service failure or an out of service because they're goofballs and got pulled over and got a huge ticket, that kind of shit. You're probably not getting paid. They've already run the load and now you've got to chase them back. We'll talk about, maybe we'll make that a video of paperwork that a dispatcher should have when you bring on a new carrier. Somebody remind me of that because you guys know me. I'm entirely too busy and I'm not going to remember. Somebody please remind me. So anyhow, shit, I lost my place. That's fantastic. Hey. So bill by the week and send out your invoice Saturday, Sunday, whatever you're going to do. And so again, you take out 10%, and that's the thing for you to make money, your carrier has to be making money. And so you have some skin in the game along with the carrier, which is fantastic. I like it when people have skin in the game and have to take a little ownership of their own business. You know what I mean? So that's what I would typically do. If you go and start your own business, which that's great, I would encourage you to do it. If, of course, speak to your tax people and all that other good stuff. But you could use invoicing from QuickBooks. Not gonna lie, Mission Assist 360 was literally built for dispatching, and our stuff's way cheaper than QuickBooks. I'll tell you that. And we integrate with QuickBooks, by the way. While we're here, I'm gonna pitch you guys that really quick. If you are brand new and you're just looking to start out as a dispatch company, and whether you're a dispatcher or owner operator, carrier, fleet owner, fleet manager, honestly, you can put as many trucks in there as you want, but come give it a try. Come check it out. It's like $60 a month versus, by the way, and I hate to blast some of these other people, but like Alvius, everybody knows Alvius, right? It's $200 a month. And in all honesty, if you reach out to me on one of these profiles and go, hey man, I saw your YouTube video, I'm calling you out, hook me up, dude, I'll send you a discount code. I mean, I'm not telling everybody about it. You got to actually show up and do a little bit of work for it, but yeah, reach out. I'll send you a discount code, whatever. So anyhow, that's another way of sending out invoices. Or you can do what everybody calls hand jamming, where you go on Google Suite or your Microsoft Word and you literally hand jam and type out every load and city to city, and it was this much and then your cut and all. That sounds awful. So yeah, that's kind of the basis of, can it be a challenge to get loads? Let's summarize all of that and kind of how the pay would kind of work. So to summarize, yes, it can be a challenge. The things that you need to do to overcome that is, first of all, as a dispatcher, you need to be squared away with your systems, your emails, your paperwork, all that stuff that protects you and then makes you look like a rock star. The next thing you need is to educate yourself and check freight maps, heat maps, see what's going on. And the other thing that you need to do is, I know it's going to be very tempting as a small business owner, as somebody new starting out, to want to work with anybody and everybody. You get that feeling like, oh, somebody wants to work with me. This is going to be awesome. No, be very intentional about who you work with, because some of these people that are out here either don't know enough and don't care to learn. Those are the scary ones. Or they just don't have enough time in the industry. Their MC hasn't aged enough and there aren't enough doors open to them. Now, can it be done? Yeah. And if I were to take on a client like that, I would warn them like, dude, first of all, you're going to pay a little bit more than everybody else because your stuff is as challenging as it is. It's going to cause me to work harder. I'm going to get paid for that. But you're going to have to tell them, dude, you're going to have to take anything and everything. And just so you know, for those new MCs, be ready to eat some shit. Just keep your head down. It's going to take you a minute. You're going to learn. Ooh. You're going to learn, and things are going to go really, really sideways or feel like it. But you're going to learn so much. And that's why part of that aging of that MC and making sure that you're doing the right thing. And then the last and final thing, not just the aging of that MC, does that carrier have a good safety record? Are they about to be like, are the cops looking for them? They have like a GTA level, wanted level on them, which CSA scores can give you 5 stars. Seriously. I know that sounds crazy, but it really can. If you are out here hitting stuff, getting pulled over, getting tickets, put out of service and all those tickets follow you for 24 calendar months. So just let you know. And that's been another random, wonderful episode of Day in the Life of the Dispatcher. If you guys have any questions, as always, you see something, say something. We're always here to help. It's coming along, man. I like it. Looks good. Have a good day, everybody.